Hello, this is Adam with Dr. Strife. Today we're taking a look at Granblue Fantasy Versus, a brand new fighting game from Arc System Works. Now you may be wondering, hey, doesn't this come out in March? Well, a lot of people, including me, have figured out you can just go to a foreign PSN store like Singapore, like I did, or Hong Kong, and it's already out over there, fully translated, and just buy a bunch of gift cards and get it, and that's what I did. Because I didn't want to wait, and I also wanted to bring content. Also, I didn't want to wait. So, I'm here to talk to you guys today about the game, what I played of it.
Hey, yeah? You boys thinking what I'm thinking? Hey Santa, knock us out with your super move! Wardrobe malfunction overload!
Yeah.
Let's start off with some graphics. The graphics look amazing. It's that 2D-ish, 3D art style that Arc System Works games are known for, and it looks fantastic here. The characters all look great. It's not a huge roster. Don't get me wrong, there's not a huge roster, but characters look great, animate well, the backgrounds and designs look fantastic. There are stage transitions between different rounds and stuff for certain stages, so that's really neat, and I think that's an awesome touch. Music is also fantastic. I love the soundtrack, and I love the Beelzebub, the final boss of the arcade mode, his theme for the game, and I thought that was so great. I want to download it if I can figure out what that song is called. If you know, let me know. But it is a very fun fighting game. Let's talk about the mechanics a little bit, because you can't have a fighting game without mechanics, right? So the mechanics of the fighting game go like this. It plays kind of, some people would say like a Street Fighter. I guess it could be like a weapon-based Street Fighter, but like a 4-button fighting game. So you got your basic moves, and it's not very reliant on heavy combos. You can do combos and stuff, but it's really not what the game is about. The game is definitely about spacing, getting close to your opponent, knowing when to back off. So basically knowing when to get in, what moves to use, learning the matchups, things like that. It does introduce some RPG elements to the game and other elements to make the game easier for new people. There's a cooldown system. That's right, there's a cooldown system for special moves. And each character has 4 specials that have cooldowns. Now with these specials, what happens is when it cools down, you can use it again. But if it hasn't cooled down, you can't use the move. Luckily, they refill very quick when you input them the normal way with the regular special moves. Now, if you're not good at that, good news is there's an easier option. There are easy quick buttons, usually with pushing R1 or R1 in a direction, you can pull off these awesome special moves. But there are easy inputs for people who aren't that great at inputting special moves. With pushing R1 in a direction, you can fire off different special moves. Now, using the R1 version versus doing it the normal input, the cooldown lasts a lot longer. So keep that in mind. So if you want to get better, hit the training mode and start practicing. That will help you out, especially if you want to become an online warrior and get online and play. Now there's one other cool feature. A lot of these games feature really weird story modes. Usually they're like on some kind of weird chessboard, or usually the only ones that have like really interesting single player modes is Mortal Kombat. And I'm not a huge Mortal Kombat fan, not saying the games are bad. It's just not my kind of thing, but they have really fantastic story modes and all this stuff. Arc System Works sometimes are hit or miss. They have a lot of story, but sometimes not a lot of gameplay in their modes. Thankfully, and this one's not the case, in the RPG mode, yes, that's right, it has an RPG mode. Haven't heard of that since Guys, have you? Thought I forgot about Guys. I didn't forget about Guys. It has Cloud. But RPG mode is basically kind of like if you've played Guilty Gear Azuka, where you are using fighting game moves and mechanics to fight enemies. So it's kind of like a fighting game mixed with a 2D beat 'em up. The good news is, unlike Azuka, you can turn around by going left or right instead of having a turnaround button. But to block, you'll need to use a button since you can't go backwards. But that's okay. That block button is also in the regular game for those people who would rather block using a button. Forgot to mention that, but hey, here you go. And I've only played a little bit of it, but what's cool is that you can unlock weapons, make them stronger for your character, That's right, like an actual RPG. You can level up your character, get stronger, get new weapons. Hey, that's pretty awesome right there. And there's story involved with it. There's boss battles, all kinds of cool stuff. I haven't got too far into it, but what I've seen so far, I really, really like. It's fantastic. Now here's the things that need some work. Arcade mode is fun, but can be really easy. Now I haven't played on the really hardest difficulties, but on normal and hard, it's just a cakewalk. And I feel like they need to really work on that. So the harder difficulties may be better, but from what I played of normal and hard, pretty easy. Not saying I'm a fighting game expert or anything, but I feel like most people won't struggle too much with it if you played a fighting game once in your life. And the online, while the online modes are varied, you got your ranked, you got your lobbies, which one cool thing is that has like a guest book, and I love this thing. I know we're talking about some negatives, but I really want to gush about that because you can leave stupid messages, like, Grand is a cuck. Interesting. And I left my own message. Messages are important, but the net play is not that great. Now, I know in the past I've kind of been like, oh, it's fine, it's great, Arc System Works is great, but I'm starting to realize that it's not as great as I thought it was. Now, granted, I can play through most matches, and sometimes I have a little bit of online issues, but for the most part it works really well for me. But then there are times when lag gets so bad it's nearly unplayable. So, Granblue Fantasy Versus. Is it worth picking up on March 3rd or importing early? That really depends on you. To me, I think this is going to be one of the best fighting games of the year. I know Guilty Gear Strive's coming out, but I feel like this is definitely a top contender of fighting game of the year. It is really solid, has a cool RPG mode. It has unique mechanics. It is a little bit of a slower fighting game, but I feel like it's easier for new people to come in. And people that are already experts in fighting games are going to love it. It's hard to explain, but it's just really fun what they do with it. The characters are awesome, even though the roster is small. Arcade mode, like I said, needs a little work, but it's just a really fun overall game, and I think it's worth a pickup, no matter how you decide to do it. If you don't like fighting games, obviously it's not for you, but I would definitely say if you want to pick this up, definitely grab it. So guys, let me know what you think. Have you picked this up, or you plan to pick it up? What character are you excited in trying, or have played? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, make sure to give this video a like, let people know that, hey, I exist, and that I make good videos. On top of that, you can also leave a comment. I love comments. People need to leave more so I can talk to you, because I love friends. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching this review, and stay tuned for more content. I'm going to try to crank out some Granblue Fantasy Versus stuff, so yeah, stay tuned for that. And till next time, everybody, game on. Dr. Strife is out.